Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new all shimmer palette from Gourmande Girls, the Radioactive palette. So this launches tonight, so I want to get this video up ASAP. They did send this to me in PR and I am very grateful for that. I'm going to do some swatches, I'm going to try them on my eyes, and I'm going to do some comparisons. So hopefully this will be nice and informative in case you were thinking of picking this up when it launches tonight. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I am a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a soft spot for indie makeup and colorful makeup, and I have new content every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. So like I said, this does launch tonight. I think it launches at midnight. Today is Monday the 13th, so it's like Monday the 13th, Tuesday the 14th, midnight Central Time, I believe, because they are based in Austin. I don't think it'll sell out instantly, but Tuesday. But I wanted to have this up today. So this will retail for $51.99. It is an all shimmer, like special duochrome sparkly shadow palette. So it is 12 shades and it's basically the same size as the Frog palette from Sugar Drizzle. And I will do some comparisons for these. And it is much bigger than their last little shimmer palette that they sent me. So I am very excited. These look really pretty. I haven't touched them at all yet. So I'm gonna do some swatches on my arm, see what they look like, do some comparisons. I've got my Divina and my Termins and my Sugar Drizzle shadows here, plus the ones they released already. And then I'll put some on my eyes and see how they perform. So I'm gonna take off my watch. This is $51.99, you can save 10% with a code. I know my friend Danny, Scars to Stars, has a code. I believe it's just Scars to Stars. You can use the code Xtina, Xtina. That'll save you 10% as well. So this is the outside. It's very pretty. Sparkly waves. The back has the ingredient list. This is cruelty-free, has a 24-month shelf life. And then when you open it up, you get these shades, and some of them are very shifty. Like already I can see Exosphere has a very strong shift, Ultraviolet has a really strong shift, Radium has a pretty strong shift. It looks like dark green, bluey, purple here, and there I see like teal. So I'm excited to try these out. So, and it looks like there's a mixture of finishes. Like Gamma Ray and Nucleus look smoother and a little firmer pressed. So we'll see. I'm gonna do swatches on my arm. For anybody new here, I am an olive. I am a medium olive. I've got a slight tan right now, but that will affect generally only mattes. Shimmers generally not too much, but because I do have green in my skin, they might look a little different, especially if you're like really pale compared to me and you don't have green in your skin, some of the shades might look a little different. So I'm just gonna go across in rows. So the first one is Radon, and it looks white in the pan with a bit of a green. And it looks white on my finger, but I do see a little bit of color there. Exosphere is the next one, and that has a very strong shift. So I'm seeing in my viewfinder a very strong green, but there's like a purple shift, maybe a little bit of a red in there, like a reddish brown. Elemental is the next one. That one's a little thicker feeling and very, very blue. It's like bright blue with a light blue and dark blue shift. Okay, so here are the first three. So that, yeah, that's like white with a yellowy green, I believe. It's kind of hard to see with those kind of shades. That's really pretty. So yeah, that definitely has kind of a cranberry base, and I'm seeing like teal on my end, and then I'm seeing green there. So there's definitely a few shifts. This one's a little chunkier and a little more textured, but it smooths out nicely. And that's just all blue tones shifting back and forth. These do feel very similar to the ones that I just did from Sugar Drizzle. That similar kind of formula. So if you like that formula, you'll probably like this as well. Radium is the next one. That one has a very strong like gray, purple, green. This one's really pretty and grungy. Kind of reminds me of Zombie from Divina, so I will swatch those next to each other. This is Curie, like Madame Curie. The next shade is Curie, which is another blue, a little more bright, vibrant, and there's a little bit more purple to it than in Elemental. And then Nucleus is like a peach, but I see a little bit of maybe purple in there. That's really pretty. I see teal there, but on here I see like grungy, dark, like black and cherry, like a dark cherry shade. And then blue, yeah, that's much more vibrantly blue, a little less teal than this one. This one looks teal in comparison now, and there is a bit of a purple in there. And then this one is like peachy pink with a bit of a lavender shift. It's hard to get all the sparkle off. High Energy looks really pretty. That's very soft, a little creamier and a more emollient feeling. There's a very bright blue there with a very strong, bright, purpley magenta shift. You can even see the shift right there as I do this. Gamma Ray, this one's firmer pressed and feels a little drier. This one's like pink and gold. And then Ultraviolet, it's another one of the thicker ones. So here it looks very blue purple, and when I look this way I see red, like dark red. That is very pretty. I have shades like that. So this one's definitely firmer pressed and a little thinner, but it's really pretty. It's definitely like a pink base with a gold flip. This would be not as high impact. I mean, over glitter glue it might be really high impact, but it seems like the kind of shade if you wanted a subtle shifty look, like a neutral matte, and then that would be really pretty. And then this is really beautiful, really dark and grungy. You can see how strong that shift is. It's like a dark cranberry when I look at it, but I'm seeing blackened blue there. And then the last three are Isotopes, Quantum, and Electro Love. Isotopes looks really pretty. It's purple. I can see a lot of sparkle in there. Looks like it's mostly purple colors, but there's lots of sparkle. I used to work in a stable isotope lab, so I like that. This one is very like cobalt blue there, and like a dark blue. So there's a lot of blue in this. Electro Love also feels a little firmer pressed, very red. That's really pretty. That's mostly just like a sparkly purple. Like if you used a Nomad shimmer, that like, where it doesn't have much of a shift, but it has a lot of sparkle of other colors in it. It's very similar to that. That's really pretty blue, and there's definitely a purple shift. And then this just seems red with like a bit of a pink, but mostly just red. So lots of blue tones, really pretty, a few different finishes, which I enjoy. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash off my fingers and we'll do some comparisons. So here it is next to their last palette. This is the Galactic Gourmande palette. I do like that this one has a dark base. It makes the colors pop more, and also if any of them do that weird leak thing that a lot of these indie shadows do, you don't have to worry about them being as visible. The only two shades in here that I can maybe compare are Celestial and Sirius, so I'm gonna swatch those. Sirius is a blue purple black base multichrome. None of these are identical. I would say the closest would be Quantum, so I'm gonna put it here. And you can see, yeah, Sirius is a little shiftier and a little darker, but similar, comparable. And then this one is a little teal, so I'm gonna say, put it right here. Yeah, those are not the same, but not crazy different. Okay, so if you did buy this, these are definitely different. If you had to choose between the two, I would probably pick this one just because it has more shades. And two of them are not identical, but similar. I think the ones in the new palette are a little, like a similar shade, but a little more textured, a little more emollient feeling. Might need to wash my arm off to continue doing some swatches. Here is it next to the new Man I Love Frogs palette, if you want to see side by side. I would say Camouflage looks pretty similar to Radon. Let's see. So Camouflage is a little bit more blue. This is more yellow. And you can really see that next to each other. They both have green, but one's like blue-green, one's more yellow-green. And then the only other one that seems like very similar is maybe Tadpole and Ultraviolet. They are not, I don't think they're the same, but they're the closest I can think. So Ultraviolet was 4 up. So the shade here, and you can see swatched next to each other. They look very different. So this is more blue based and pink. This is more cranberry based. So even though they look fairly similar in the pan, the shifts are very different. So if you did get the MILF palette and you like this type of formula, these are not the same shades. But a similar formula to them. And so here are my Divina singles. So one of them looks kind of, I have the original Zombie. Zombie has been reformulated to be a little different because she wasn't able to get more of the pigment. But I will say Radium feels definitely more emollient and creamy than the original Zombie, but they are fairly similar in shift. So let's do these on the back of my hand. So this is the original Zombie, and this is Radium. So Zombie has a little more texture to it. Radium's a little smoother and more emollient. They're not exactly the same. So this has a little bit more strong purple, and this has more like gray with purple sparkle in it when I'm looking straight down at them. And then you can see this one's just a little smoother overall color, and this one's a little more sparkly and shifty. But that's the closest shade I've seen to Zombie so far. And now let's check for any dupes in my Terra Moons collection. I have a lot more Terra Moons than I have Divina. Okay, so at least in my Terra Moons collection, I don't have any dupes. I swatched a couple like just on my fingertips, and none of them are the same. So if you have, so far I have really no dupes for most of these, at least in singles. I definitely know like this like blue pink shade. I've seen that in I have that in like a couple palettes, and like pink and gold. I've had that in palettes too, but I don't have any singles that are those, and I don't want to dig through all of my palettes. So I'm gonna go wash off my swatches and try these out on my eyes. Okay, so I don't have enough time to do a wear test. I want to get this edited and uploaded right away, but it'll take me an hour or two to get it fully posted to YouTube. So I will post a pinned comment to say if they've like faded or anything in the couple hours that it's taken. I do want to try a couple shades. I want to try Gamma Ray because it's a little softer and I want to see how impactful I can get it with like glitter glue or something. And I might do Exposure because it's really pretty. I've been wearing a lot of like purple and blue lately, so I want to try the green and Gamma Ray, I think. So So I'm just gonna throw some mattes on real quick. I think I'm gonna use these couple in my Terra Moons palette, this brown and the darker brown, and just do something neutral. Okay, so I just threw a couple neutrals on. I just wanted to give something to ground the shimmers with, especially since I'm just gonna be sitting at home for the next few hours, editing and whatnot, and two different eyes. I don't really care about them being complete looks. This is more about trying out the shadows to give y'all my first impression before the palette launches, just in case you were interested. So I'm just putting some glitter glue all over my lid. I feel like these kind of shadows in general, you can get away without using glitter glue, and I've done it with them being good or bad, like lasting or not. So I'm just gonna do glitter glue because I also want to see how impactful I can get gamma ray. So I'm gonna start with GAT, and then I might grab another one just to see how they look together. So picking up gamma ray picks up very nicely on this brush, and I'm just going to put that on the inner half of my lid. It looks very pink on my brush, and that is really beautiful, really vibrant. The gold really shines through once it's on the lid. There's a bit of a green in the gold too, like as it hits my crease I see the green a little bit more. That's really pretty. Yeah, I think this is this is the kind of shifty shade that I think a lot of people would wear, just because it's not black based, it's not really strong, like colorful. It's, you know, pink and gold. It's colors that people wear all the time anyway. So this is really pretty. It looks like I have multiple shadows on because it looks more pink down here and gold up here in person. And then on the back of that brush, I'm going to pick up some of Electro Love, the red, and I'm going to put that out here, and I want to see if there's any shift. Not really, but it does blend in. It's picking up the gold nicely. I'm not sure if it has gold on its own. And those two meld together really nicely. The pinks blend together, and then this picks up some of that gold. So in person, that looks really cool. I don't know how it's gonna look on camera. I see a lot of red, but they do work together and make it even more dimensional. But I could easily have just gone in with gamma ray. And then on this side, I think I'm gonna do exposure and radium. So I'm gonna do exposure here and radium out here. This is just another RF 21, nice and clean. So exposure's not wanting to pick up with the brush. Could be from, you know, swatching. Once I dig in a little bit, it starts to pick up though. So I think my finger just kind of pressed it in more. And I'm gonna put that. That's very strong green shift right now. Reflecting green, I should say. That's really pretty. Really shiny. But it's got that dark kind of cranberry base, so it blends into neutrals really nicely. And then I'm gonna pick up a little radium on the other side of that brush and put it out here. And that looks very blackened teal to me. I think over the whole lid, you'd be able to see the shift a bit better. To really see the shift of any kind of duochrome or multichrome, it's best to put it over the whole lid and just do one shimmer, but I like to mix them. Okay, so those both look really nice. And then I'm gonna take a pencil brush and pick up Radon and put it on the inner corner of both eyes. Okay, so that is really pretty. It definitely has kind of a white yellow, it's white base, but it has a bit of a yellowy green shift to it. It's subtle, it's a nice inner corner. So I'm glad they included that. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera real quick, add some mascara and stuff, and I will be right back and then get this video uploaded. Okay, so this is the final two eye looks. I really like these. I just added liner and mascara, my Haus Labs liner, Pat McGrath mascara, and now that they've had like 5 minutes to like melt into each other, they look really beautiful. I like in person, this like pink to red with a gold over it looks really cool. I wish I could capture it while on camera. And then this is like a bright green, like a limey or yellow green to a darker green with a blue base. They look really cool. So I definitely recommend mixing these colors. So I'm really happy with these. Let me know what you think of the palette and the colors. I think they're really beautiful, and the quality seems to be the same as the other palette I have from them and comparable to like Sugar Drizzle if you've tried those. So if you're interested, I think it's probably worth it. Like I said, it's gonna take me a couple hours to export, edit, upload, all of that stuff. So I will get that all posted, and then I'll put a pinned comment in when I'm done with all of that to give an update on if they still look okay or if they faded or anything like that. Because the first time I used the Sugar Drizzle shadows, they faded within like an hour and a half and looked horrible, but then every time I've used them since, they've looked nice. So I don't know. So I will get this uploaded today. I also did want to say I ordered some stuff from the new Haus Labs rebrand. Sephora said it would be here today, but now it says it'll be here tomorrow. So expect a video on that soon. And then my Odin's Eye order came and I already filmed that, so I need to edit that. So I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got like 4 other videos already filmed and ready to go that I need to edit. And then I will be filming with the Haus Lab stuff when it eventually gets here. So, so lots of new content coming. So if you're not already subscribed, please do. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.